Full stack development is one of the most profitable way to earn money and make a living for yourself. In this video, I'll show you the step-by-step roadmap to learn this skill. Firstly, let's talk about what is full stack web development. According to MongoDB, full stack development refers to the end-to-end application software development, including the front-end and back-end. Front-end is what you see on this site. You can call this graphical user interface of a website. Backend is something which you don't see on the site, but it's happening on the background. It is the core business logic of a site. Let's see an example to understand frontend and backend. Here is the comment section of a YouTube video. You can see this text field and this button. I can type something on this text field. This comes under the frontend, as we can see this and do something here. But when I click on this button, notice that the comment had posted. On behind the scene, YouTube added this comment in its database and showed it in the site. This comes under the backend, as we can't see it. And a person who built both front-end and back-end part of website are called full stack developer. Now let's come to the roadmap part of this video. So this is the roadmap. I will put the link of this in the description box and in the comment section. So the first thing you have to learn is the front-end. I have divided this in 3 parts. In the first part, you have to learn the basics. Now you have to learn these 3 things which are compulsory if you are serious in learning full stack development. That is HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Now I also added resources for each of these topics, but if you don't like these resources, then you can just search for these topics on Google, YouTube, wherever you want and learn from there, because there are a lot of resources available for these topics. Now after learning HTML and CSS, try to create some projects and don't only rely on tutorial for building projects, else you will fall in a serious problem where a lot of beginners fall, that is tutorial hell. So after learning HTML and CSS, go ahead and create a Starbucks website clone, for example. Although I have added videos which are hands-on, that is you will learn while creating projects, but you should definitely create some more projects by yourself and take help from Google Stack Overflow if you are stuck somewhere. Then you have to learn about JavaScript. Now there are a lot of things to learn in JavaScript, but initially you don't have to learn all of them. Just learn some topics, create projects, make mistakes, find solution and learn again. Basically, this is the thing you have to follow while learning full stack development. You can also subscribe to this channel, because in this channel I will upload some beginner friendly projects like to-do list, notes taking app, weather app or quiz app using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. I will also upload some advanced projects like full stack Amazon clone or YouTube clone. So stay tuned and click on the bell icon after subscribing to this channel. Now after that, you have to learn a framework for HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Writing CSS code for a website is time consuming. You can learn a framework to make your life productive. Frameworks like Bootstrap and Tailwind CSS are one of the most popular choices. Now initially you can learn any one of these, and in your development journey you will eventually learn more frameworks. Now after that you have to learn a JavaScript framework. This is because, let's say you want to create a frontend for an e-commerce store. If you are going to use plain JavaScript, also known as vanilla JS, you have to write a lot of code and it will be very hard to manage that project. For example, in an e-commerce store, you have to update the cart when a product is added, or you have to create delete button for your product, which also deletes the item from the cart. All of this is going to be very hard if you just use vanilla JS, as you have to maintain the state of the application. This is the reason you have to use JavaScript frameworks to make your life easier. Frameworks like React, Angular and Vue are popular choices, but I will recommend you to learn React, as it is easy and popular as compared to Angular and Vue. Now after this you have to create a bunch of projects, like you can create the clone of the front end of your favorite websites. Now web development is a very big field, like there are a lot of things to learn, but initially don't distract yourself from all of these things. You will learn this in your web development journey. Like only React.js is not sufficient for building a website, because it is not SEO friendly. For that you have to learn Next.js and all, but initially stick with React, create some projects and move ahead. Now after that there is a very important thing that you should learn, which is version control using Git and GitHub. So I have added the link of a video where you can learn this. Now let's talk about backend. For backend, you have to choose a language. You can choose Python or JavaScript. Now you can also choose Ruby or Go language, but Python and JavaScript are more popular choices. Now choosing JavaScript will be a good choice as you already know JavaScript from the front-end part and you can use JavaScript for building full-stack websites. So if you choose JavaScript, you have to learn Node.js and Express.js. Node.js is a JavaScript runtime by which you can create the backend. Now you can also choose Python if you think that JavaScript is hard. So for Python, popular choices are Django or Flask. Now as you have learned JavaScript, you already know the fundamentals of programming like variables, if statements, loops, etc. Learning Python will be easier for you, so I have uploaded a full tutorial of both Python and Django in this channel. You can learn from there. Now database is an important thing to learn for backend because all of the CRUD operations you are going to do in backend will be in database. So for database there are two choices. First one is SQL and the second one is NoSQL. Now if you are choosing JavaScript for backend, you can choose NoSQL database as it is the popular option. Or if you are choosing Python for the backend, SQL will be a better option for you. Now in SQL you can either use MySQL or PostgreSQL. Both are popular. There are also some more popular choices for SQL, but I have mentioned these two. Now there are two options for NoSQL as well, like you can use MongoDB or Firebase. Now if you choose React.js for the frontend, Node and Express for the backend and MongoDB for database, these things combine called MERN stack and is one of the most popular stack for web development nowadays. So that's it for the roadmap part. If you like this video, then do click the like button. It took a lot of effort to create videos like this, so it will be great if you also share this video. Thanks everyone from the bottom of my heart for watching this video.